it was at like 3 a.m. this morning. It's someone posting on Facebook with you know how some people have like a character on their Facebook,
kind of like a Bitmoji. Yeah.
It's a post of that with a Bitmoji holding a birthday cake and like balloons and shit into like an all happy birthday font. And the first post was, "No, I didn't ask for this background. I want to make a statement."
What? What?
And then the next post is, "My father called the police on me."
But it's all done in that.
And then the next post is, "Make this background stop. I didn't do anything."
What the heck? It's multiple posts.
It's like 4 about
she
it.
She couldn't figure out how to turn her background up.
And then she finally did. And then her next post was, "Does anyone care to know why that my dad called the cops on me?" And that made me laugh.
That's a relief.
So hard this morning.
Because it kind of sounds like she's doing a bit, especially using that background.
Yeah.
Like you put something super serious, but then it's like, "Happy birthday." You know? Dude, what? I kind of want to do that. Just my cat died today, but it's like my Bitmoji smiling, holding a cake.
I don't know how to make this stop.
People would probably be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss."
Yeah,
and then I never owned a cat. Just got him. Speaking of getting people, we're glad to be back. It's Drygust now. Last week, we kind of got a little emotional. But
I would like to apologize for that episode in general. Robert started it by saying, "Follow my lead." And then we never left your lead.
I didn't know you were going to follow it. My idea was for that to be the intro of the episode because we were hammered. I don't know if you could tell.
Yeah.
But it was the end of, before we could stop drinking.
Yeah, so it was our last.
So it was like our last hurrah. And so I got like freaking hammered. And then I was like, "I have an idea." And then we just kept doing it. And then we were like, "Oh shit, now we don't have time to do a..."
Yeah, we're at like 40 minutes.
Yeah, and it was like midnight and you're like, "I gotta work tomorrow."
Well, and also even after that, I was still feeling good. And didn't I ask you to like, "Hey, you want to try and just do another one?" Just because we need a little bit of a build up.
Yeah, so you're like, so we sat down to record another one. We did like 5 to 10 minutes. And then Jake was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, you could put in just what I say at the end.
I still have the clip because I don't remember what we talked about because we were.
I think it was like a decent intro. It was just like I was pretty drunk. I was trying to get the spins. I was like,
and you're like, "Oh, I can't do this anymore."
I would just be uncomfortable for the next hour sitting here. So I might be too drunk or high to do an episode.
Really? You were doing good.
No, right now I just feel like I'm extremely fucked up.
But that was really fun. It's freaking Drygust. So, if you guys, this is like your first episode, in case you don't know, we're being sober for August. Jacob's quitting drinking.
Yep.
I'm quitting drinking, smoking the drugs, and I'm cutting out energy drinks.
Which I think could possibly be the best thing for you.
Yeah.
You do, how many of those do you do a day?
I probably drink 5 or more a week.
Okay.
So not one a day,
sure,
but pretty damn close to one a day.
You'll still do coffee though, right?
Yeah, I'll still do coffee, because I love the coffee.
It's nice.
And like I don't, I'll get energy drinks throughout the day. Coffee I usually only get in the morning.
Sure. And like coffee, I don't feel like shit.
And also I drink energy drinks so much that it doesn't even affect me.
Sure. So what's the point?
Yeah. So like, I do need them, I think, but it's going to be a nice thing to cut, and it's going to feel nice to just take a break.
Well, and also you have a break from classes, so you can like kind of readjust your sleeping schedule where you can like naturally sleep in because you'll be tired without it, and then you can like kind of work your way back.
And it's going to be nice because like, what if because I drink them so much that like, it's just my system's just flooded with like, I'm shaky all the time, so it could be because of energy drinks and also blood sugar mixed with fucking
also just
autism
like
or something.
Yeah, that too. Throw a little bit of that in, giving that up for a month.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of my autism for a month. I wish you could do that. Shut it off.
What would you even do without it though?
I'd be boring.
Probably.
I don't know. Probably just be a quiet guy that likes trains. No, but that would be
autism. Yeah, that's usually the other way around. No, I think you'd just be like less interested in the stuff you enjoy and like less like passionate about like going after shit.
Depressed?
I don't know.
I already am that.
No, I'm saying, but I'm saying like the things you like you really like.
Yeah,
so
but there are days though. There are days where I'm like,
yeah,
I don't like this.
Everyone has those.
Yeah,
though.
where you panic and you go, I don't like this. I don't want to do this anymore.
I get those thoughts all the time of like, why are we doing this? I'm like, oh, right. And then whenever I'm like, finally like, oh, because it's fun. Speaking of fun, we have hopefully next week we can talk more about this, or actually hopefully not.
Well, yeah, hopefully not. Should we? Let's tease
we can say what it is, what we did.
But we should go into you can sex.
Oh, sure.
Well, we got something important to tell you. We got a lot of stuff to get to. It's freaking Drygust, baby. Let's do it. And we're back. How's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling in the hot months of Drygust being sober?
Yeah.
At this point, I'm probably like, I could really use a beer.
Yeah. The first week does suck. Just like, especially when it's hot out and you come home and you're like, oh, a high life would be fantastic.
Yeah. Or, when I'm tired in bed, be like, I wish I could hit a pen right now.
Yeah. That does suck for you.
Yeah. Jacob's not giving that up.
It helps so much with like my chronic pain and shit. I'm not gonna. And then Izzy is also just not going to, period.
Yeah. Well, also, I don't like smoke generally.
Sure.
But I have been smoking a lot lately.
Sure.
I just like doing like a full cleanse because hopefully it will like motivate me to get outside and like be like, oh, I'm bored. Let's do something healthy, productive, like go on a walk.
Or we could continue with what we started with this weekend.
Yeah, let's talk about it. So this past weekend, and we can't talk about a lot of it because it's not officially out yet.
It's still in production, kind of.
So the past weekend, we did 48-hour film festival, which is where you have 48 movies.
Nope. 48
hours to write, film, and edit a short film. They literally give you criteria, a genre, and you have to just run with it and make something in the 48 hours. It's a lot of work.
And it's town by town, but all across the country. So in our town, there was 54 teams that signed up. Yep. I think 53 teams showed up, and 46
of the teams got them done on time, which is absolutely wild because it's a lot of fucking work.
Yeah.
Like you get it Friday night.
So 8 people didn't, or
8 teams, 7 teams. Seven teams didn't, which is wild because
that's what it usually is. And there's never been this many teams.
This is a record-setting year for Des Moines for how many teams were in it, and it was awesome. So we got...
Well, and also let's say this is our first year doing it as our own team.
Yeah, because I've helped out with 48 a few times in the
You've been a part of a few different groups.
Yeah.
We've been a part of the same group with other friends.
But we were just like, this year we were like, man, I really want to do it on our own. I'm in school, for video production.
Right, yeah, and I enjoy writing it, so...
Yeah, and we were just like, man... It was awesome being a part of other groups, but I feel like I wasn't like a main. Like I wanted to like do more. I wanted to do more.
Or just wanted to try.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if I could because I was like, I didn't know all that went into it because I was just helping out with certain parts, like just doing sound or like just helping with things. There's a lot that goes into it. Holy fuck.
Yep. And we had a very small team this year, 4 people. When I think every team I've been a part of before has been like
double dig.
8 to 10.
Yeah.
Like 8 minimum. I'd say. You've been a part of groups where it's like 16 people.
Which is awesome because the more people, the better usually because you have more people in your cast. You have more people to help move shit around.
Sure.
It was almost just 3 people.
Yeah.
Luckily we got a lead actor to be our main, which would have been way different if we didn't.
Because I'd say mainly you were director, mainly I was writer, mainly he was lead actor, and then we all helped with everything.
That's what I loved about our experience over the weekend was it was all collaborative, like for everything. Like we all helped with the writing, we all helped with directing, we all helped with the shots ideas, and
then each person also took charge in their own field.
Yeah, and it was just really nice because I feel like the flow was really easy. We got the shots, we did it. We can't really talk about the specifics because the movie's not out yet, but I will say that I'm freaking excited.
We are both very proud of it.
Very proud of it because I was like, holy shit. Like, it was crazy to see our vision come to life. We made something ridiculous, which I love.
And we've been making videos together for a decade now. Yeah. So it's fun to be kind of back on that.
And I cannot wait because the screenings for these 48s are done at an actual theater, like a movie theater. And I cannot wait for our film to be on the big screen and for people to go, what?
Our dream is to make people laugh, but also like suck the air out of the room a little bit because that's what makes us laugh really hard.
I really want people like at the end to be like, what did I just watch?
Like enjoyable, but confusing and a little uncomfortable is what I also enjoy out of people.
Yeah, seriously, theater dude with the booming sound. Yeah. Oh, it is so exciting. I'm still freaking drained from it and still tired from it because like it's literally
lazy Drygust Monday.
You literally stay up. We stayed up till 3:34, I think, Friday night.
And then I think like 2, maybe like.
And then I was up till 3 again Saturday night.
Right, because you stayed up and edited longer.
And then I woke up early because I edited all day Sunday and like.
And then we were done by like 3:30.
Yeah, I think the film was submitted at like 3:45, which is nice because it's due by 7:30, so we had plenty of time. But then there's all like this paperwork you have to do, and it's like Jesus Christ, like waivers and.
That's why it was nice we didn't have a lot of people too, though.
Yeah, because you got to have everybody has to fill out a waiver.
Every cast and crew, yeah,
and also for every location you're at,
yeah,
which is nice because we just filmed here. So Jacob was like, "I'll just fill it out real quick," and it was so much fun. And it was just like, dude, we freaking did it. And it was just awesome to be like, we can do this. You know what I mean?
Well, if you think about it, I write shit all the time.
Yeah.
We could take one thing that I wrote, give it one day, and we could film everything in it, and then we just edit all.
Yeah, and then you just don't have to rush with editing.
Once we at least, if we already have writing, we can worry about editing after. We can spend one day just filming shit. That wouldn't be hard.
It's so nice. And also, it gives you more time in editing to be like, okay, let's really critique the colors or the sound and be like, let's make everything, because you are rushed, obviously, because you have 48 hours. But filming for us, for this project, a lot of the shots we did, we just got them in 1 or 2 takes.
Yeah,
so that
like one and then a safety.
And then that made editing easier because there's those files to scrub through. It was just really nice. And filming went fast.
I think a big help was that we didn't rely on sound as much. What we wrote, it was mainly imagery and then also not special effects, but like sound effects
and music.
Score, yeah.
Not a lot of dialogue. But the dialogue that we did have was good for the most part.
I mean, right. I mean, not to give anything away, but the worst part about it was the lines we said, but that was the one thing required to say in the film.
Yeah, so in a 48, you get a character you have to use that has an occupation. You get a prop you have to use and a line of dialogue. So you have to sometimes you have to shoehorn it in.
And ours, it worked, but it was unnecessary. So it does stick out, but also when
you watch it, you don't know, as a bystander, you don't know what those things are. So you're just like, oh, that was kind of a weird moment. And then you move on,
Yeah, luckily we put it in the first minute.
Yeah, just so we got it over with. But I think our use of prop was excellent. Our use of character and occupation was great.
Yeah.
We can dive deep into that later. Because I would love... We'll post about it on our socials when it's out, and I'll post about it on my personal socials because I want to share it with people because I'm so proud of it.
And once we can tag it in the comments, we will.
Yeah, dude. It'll probably be...
next week or the week after.
I'm hoping it's going to be a while.
Because if we win some stuff, then we have to wait longer till we're allowed to publicly share it.
Yeah, because then we get invited to Best of City, which is nice. And that's the dream.
And if we win that...
then we won't be sharing it for a long time. But that means we're going on a trip.
That would almost be stressful. Just oh shit, now I have to plan a lot and spend money on this.
Yeah, but how awesome would it be?
Yeah, I mean, it would be worth it.
And then you just go, ours was the worst.
Yeah, that's the scary part is if you get first in a small area,
and then you go to California.
Well, because someone in LA, somebody won Best of LA.
Yeah,
how fucking good was
and
that?
That competes with you.
And Best of New, because every major city has one. Des Moines,
and also
Des Moines is probably one of the smallest cities to have this.
And a lot of some of the paperwork you can get SAG official actors.
There's a way to figure that out.
Yeah, so you can get real actors, and we just did. But I am proud of the abilities that we have and what we can do. I'm proud of what we did.
And within 48 hours, I think we did a very good job.
Yeah, because 48 hours, dude, that's not very long.
Because how long do you think we filmed for? Probably from 11 a.m. to probably 1 a.m.?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we filmed basically all day with a little bit of breaks
in between. 13 hours?
Yeah.
14 hours?
Long day of filming and then
But
editing.
That's not horrible. 13 hours is not horrible.
For
8 minutes?
8-minute video and then editing... because editing, I usually spend a lot of time editing. Editing usually takes double what it does to film, because you got all this footage you got to comb through, plus everything else to add. But editing took shorter than filming, which was wild to me because we were so good at filming, I think.
Also because we did a couple takes that were a minute long that you didn't have to edit.
Yeah.
Well, we had to do some stuff to it, but
And it was nice. It was nice during filming as we were dumping, taking breaks and I would dump the footage and then kind of structure it.
So just make sure we got everything.
Yeah. So then at the end of the day, I was like, okay, this scene's already kind of loosely put together. And also the night before in writing, I started creating some graphics.
True.
And I started creating the ending thing and everything.
Yeah.
So that helped a ton because I didn't have to worry about that once I had footage. Because I was like, we have an idea. Let me just start making this while we're talking because it's,
Yeah, because we can talk about my hardest part with writing.
Oh, yeah. This is a funny... Yeah, because this doesn't give anything away. This is hilarious. Hopefully we can tell this at the screening.
Yeah,
this is so funny.
I think you get a chance to, yeah. No, so us and our buddy Dane, who wrote the first bit of it because he had a lot of ideas for the intro and stuff. He had the computer, he was writing it, and then I was like, I have an idea for the ending. Do you mind if I just grab it? And then I write it.
And so you like put it in script format.
Yeah, so I went over his and like tweaked some stuff here and there and just put it into actual like format for scripts.
And deleted all the duplicate lines.
Put. And then so I probably wrote like around 5 pages. Yep. And he was like, all right, do you mind if I check it? I'm like, yeah, let me know what you do like before. And he's like, I'll just put notes on it. I was like, okay, like this had been, it was late. We had all been drinking and stuff.
It's at this point, it's midnight.
Yes.
You know, and we've all been drinking because like when I like drinking when we're writing and because we're having fun. Yeah. So we were drinking scotch and we maybe had smoked a little bit, you know, so we were feeling good.
And then I look over his shoulder and he has the entire script highlighted.
Oh shit.
So I was like, hey bud, do you mind if I just look at that real quick? I grabbed the laptop from him. He's on a different script. He's on one of my scripts.
He's on a personal script and he's highlighted a part. And what?
And I was like, okay. So I just I remember I clicked off it. I hit Control Z to undo the last thing that happened. It was just like a thing I changed. Like he didn't do anything yet. I was like,
but he's about to like do something to an original script.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know how he got to that.
Nope. Because I don't think any were open either. No. And then I go back to the other script, and it is what it was 2 hours ago. Yeah, it was just his notes.
It was just notes, not even in script format, like just a page of notes, a page and a half of notes.
And then all that I wrote
gone.
Yeah.
And it was midnight.
So I think what I said is like, okay, so why don't you go help Robert with that kind of stuff? I'm going to go into the front room.
I'm going to take a breath and leave.
And yeah, I like put on a record that I like writing to. I shut some doors.
And you're like, let me rewrite this real quick.
Yeah, so probably like in the next hour, there's a few times where he came out and he was like, hey, just a thought. I'm like, bud, I love you.
Not right now.
Can you let me just get it all? Because like I was in a rhythm.
Well, and also you were like, I got to remember everything we just did.
Because I was really proud of some jokes and I got all the jokes back.
So he literally erased the script.
I wrote the script twice in a row.
Yeah, erased the script. And then so once you did that, then we had to print out.
No, because I wouldn't give him my laptop again. I printed out the script and you guys could edit
paper
make
copies.
Notes on paper, and then I would put them into a
And then we
script.
printed another copy. Then that was our final copy. But it's like, dude, it was already like late. We're getting ready to film, and there goes our freaking script.
Yeah, so then we were up to like 3 working on it. But it was, I'm glad I thought it was funny. It was funny enough that I'm glad it happened.
It's funny enough, and the rest of the weekend we kept going. Well, at least we didn't erase the script.
Yeah. Also, like he is more talented than us.
Yeah,
so it was funny that he was the one who fucked up.
Yeah, it was awesome that, and also we didn't get mad. You know,
it was just like Jesus Christ.
Everything worked out great. It was just a funny anecdote.
Well, also that you have a photo of me looking at it.
Yeah, I have a photo of like when Dane had the computer, and it was like seconds before he deleted it. So it's like proof.
I think it was before I took it. I think it was when I was seeing what he was doing.
And you're like, why is everything highlighted?
I was like, wrong script.
Yeah, he had like 5 scripts open, dude.
Yeah.
I don't even know how that's... What was he doing?
I don't know.
We were all drunk at that
I'm
point.
a little worried that like my scripts will be different when I look at them.
You
next
like go
time.
to open another script and then you find the original script somewhere
I wouldn't
that he
be
just
surprised.
resaved it, and you're just like, where's the script that I had though?
Right, yeah.
It's like your whole
that's
Matheson thing.
That's what. No, luckily that can't be touched because also luckily I didn't even print those scripts too, probably just so I have them.
Yeah, because it's paper.
I should print out everything I do have, but like I'm glad that we've been doing that, so we have copies.
And I love paper scripts.
Done.
Paper scripts are so nice, and it's so easy to when you're filming have something to follow along. I love doing X's through when we get through slugs and lines, and just it makes it so you know what you've done and what you need to get, and you can plan and be like, okay, let's do all the outside shots, the inside shots.
Yeah.
This scene, you know, what do we need for this?
And this is also just a fun thing for us too, because we are planning on putting out videos again. I think we've mentioned this before.
Yeah. We're working on something, but like this video, what we did for 48 is under the production company that we started. We're going to start doing sketches under. And we already have a few done and filmed, but this video is going to be the first like public thing.
Yeah. And like, I don't think we'll merge Moist Monday with it at all just because I don't want to make a new channel or anything, but like there'll probably be some cross advertisements for them in the future.
Yeah, probably.
Because it's us. It's under...
Well, I put in the credits of our film in association with Moist Monday.
Good.
Just so people are like, what is it?
Well, we could also start like ending this with our production card once we start putting them out.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Maybe in the future you can look forward to.
Our production card is my favorite. It's so stupid. But it was a freaking
Great weekend.
Fantastic weekend. So fun.
Fun all the way through. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about the details later when we can
get
because
into because I would love to. I mean, once we can, we'll post it with this.
Yeah, and then it's just
Talk about the specifics with every scene.
Yeah, because there's so many things that made me laugh.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. So that was like a big highlight that just happened. And it was awesome because that was like the last weekend in July.
Yep.
So it was like we actually got stuff done and we were able to
Had
drink
fun, yeah.
and it was like a great farewell for like that, and now we're into
For a month, yeah.
and now we're into Drygust.
I also like explain to people that like Drygust, like, yeah, it is. So like, you know, we take a break and all that, but it's not really to get better because then we follow it up with Wet Timber, baby.
Yeah, it's like, oh, so you got like a problem, and it's like, I mean, I'm not doing it because I have a problem.
No, and we don't take the problem serious enough that we like.
Yeah, because it's just literally a month, and then it's gonna be how many beers can you drink in an hour?
Yeah,
dude, I was. I listened to the Doughboys podcast. It's about fast food.
Okay.
Their power hours are chicken nugget power hours. So you eat a chicken nugget every minute for 60 minutes. Jesus Christ.
that would be pretty fucking hard.
Yeah, dude.
Because like
It's wild.
around minute 20.
It's 20 chicken nuggets.
Because I could
in 20 minutes.
I could for sure do 10 nuggets in 10 minutes. Because that's
yeah.
like taking
Yeah,
a break.
But then after a while,
when you like need a real break and then all of a sudden you're catching up,
Yeah,
that's
dude,
a fucking problem.
I saw like I'm like in their Facebook group, and
Yeah.
like people like do it for fun, you know, because they're fans of the podcast. And they were like, someone got like 45.
Oh, do they get 6?
I think because the actual podcast used to do it, or I think another podcast that's in the same group of them.
Sure.
They do it live sometimes.
Okay.
And I think they've gotten like over 60 before, and they're just fucking miserable. But like one of the guys gets like really stoned.
Sure.
So then he's just munching.
That's probably the best way to do it.
He's just a big stoner.
It's still 60.
Dude, yes. And they're like McDonald's chicken
'Cause
nuggets. So like, but also
realistically-
they get cold.
Sure, yeah.
Because you just got to have them out.
Because realistically, I could eat 30 in a serving, in a sitting.
Yeah.
In 30 minutes, I don't know, but like
But if I was watching a movie, I probably could, and it with sauce.
I could go.
So in a chicken nugget power hour, do you dip in sauce?
Yes, it doesn't add that much more, but it gives you variety.
Well, because you could have all the sauces out. So you could, okay, this one ketchup, this one ranch, this one.
Yeah, and like I would probably stick with one as long as I could is a good way to do it.
Just so then when you get burned out of that flavor, you can jump to another, so it feels fresh.
Or like, because I've seen that with like I used to watch Man vs. Food a lot,
Oh yeah, I love that show.
and then
dude.
like if it was like it was a diner competition and it was like a shit ton of like really sugary like pancakes or something.
Oh, yeah.
He would usually also get like a side of fries just to fucking get a break.
oh, from the flavor, yeah, that's a good idea.
Also just like because also a lot of pancakes would be such a gross like mouth feel after a while.
dude, because it's very just kind of soggy.
Yeah,
Especially when the syrup sits on it for
and
too
like
long.
because syrup can dry out your mouth too.
I don't know. The hardest ones, I think, when it's just a slab of meat,
or
like a pound of like
Yeah.
fucking pulled pork or something.
pound is not bad,
But like, you know what I mean, where it's
when-
like,
Yeah.
just and then you get the meat sweats. Because then you're just, but I don't know, the sugar and all that
'Cause
stuff would hurt too.
The one I've seen him do that I think I legitimately maybe could, it was like just a shit ton of ice cream. And I'm like, I can go through, because I've gone through a tub of ice cream in a sitting.
Like a Ben and Jerry's?
No. Like a
like a tub.
Yeah, like a family size.
Oh,
I
okay.
have,
yeah, like the
Like a
rectangle.
family
the
size,
rectangle.
yeah.
Not the gallon, the rectangle ones.
No, I've never gone through a gallon.
God, a gallon of ice cream. Jesus.
Which I bet that's what this challenge was. But if you get a break to shit, because like ice cream, I bet moves through you pretty fucking fast too.
Oh, you'd probably come out explosive.
Yeah.
because it's milk.
It's
but also
straight
for that
milk.
ice cream challenge, is it different flavors?
I think
'Cause
so.
that would help.
That
too.
would help a lot.
especially if you got all the flavors. You know, because then you go, okay, I'll just take a bite of this one. Yeah.
Oh, see, I think I would do it a thing at a time.
just so it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because also, like, a big scoop of ice cream, 4 bites, but if it's a shit ton of those, it's 4 bites in a
dude.
row.
I don't know how people do that. Like the guy that keeps winning the hot dog competition. Holy fuck.
Oh, shit, not Nathan, because it's Nathan's hot dogs. Fuck, what is that guy's name? Because that guy is
The only-
awesome.
It's not this, but I just Jimmy Pesto. That's right. But that's from Buzz Burgers.
Yeah. Do you know that the actor of Jimmy Pesto got fired, and do you know why?
What? He got fired from Buzz Burgers?
Yeah. Do you know why?
Because he ate hot dogs?
No, because he stormed the Capitol.
What? What? Are you serious?
Yeah, I assumed you wouldn't have known that. Yeah, isn't that the funnest fact of all?
Oh my god.
So they recasted him. I don't know if he got arrested or if they were just like, we can't keep you because you did that. She's like, that's a
What the hell? Oh my god. When did
When
So, like-
when did that? January 6th.
so like the newest. I haven't
for probably a while.
Yeah, so I haven't noticed. They probably got someone. I mean, voice acting is kind of easy. And like, I wouldn't say it's easy, but like
for a voice actor picking up another voice is probably not horribly hard, especially when if it's a voice, like, or like not a ridiculous.
Especially if there's already a seasons out too, so they can really like study.
No, like we can't do voice acting.
I mean, if I just do my normal voice, that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah, if you have one character.
Yeah, like, if you just have... But, dude, the people that voice act and play multiple characters, how do you do that?
Well,
it's so wild to watch, like, people do that and have the conversations.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's like Rick and Morty.
Seth MacFarlane.
Oh,
it's so wild when he can just...
Right, because he does fucking more in that family than, because Rick and Morty is the two main characters, but Seth MacFarlane was like...
He's most of the family.
He's three of the main characters, because he's Brian, Stewie...
And the dog. Oh, and Peter.
And Peter.
And then I think he's also Quagmire, and he's also...
I think those are his main four, though.
But then, I think he's also the mayor, and then...
Mayor's Adam West.
Oh, he's also... I think, but he's also a lot
he's a couple other people,
it's so wild. Like, that's... How do you
one time
differentiate that?
I think my friend was reading H. John Benjamin's book.
Oh, that sounds really good.
And
I love him.
Because there's a chapter on, like, what's the difference between... Bob's voice or how do you switch from Bob to Archer or whatever? He's like, I don't. And it's just that. Yeah. I think that was like a chapter.
It's so funny. Yeah. Cause it's just his voice.
Yeah. And he's the best.
It's so good because it's so well that he plays Bob's Burger because that voice fits it. And then also Archer.
It's weird that the voice fits it.
It's weird because Archer's a way different character.
Yeah. It's weird that the voice fits both people.
Just like, I think it's just maybe he just is more depressed when he does Bob, more just kind of slower.
Inflection,
that's so wild. That'd be so fun. And also, like, he's not just a voice actor too, because like he's been on like the screen too, like he's an actor. I mean, not anything massively, but like I remember
he's a master of none.
Oh yeah, he is. Dimitri Martin used to have a show on Comedy Central.
Sure.
And I love Dimitri Martin, and then he was always like in like some of the sketches and stuff with him, and I was like, that was my first thing of like, oh, who's that guy?
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, oh, what the
H. John Benjamin?
Yeah.
Also, great name.
What's his first name?
I don't know.
Harold.
That'd be my guess.
Harold John Benjamin. Are you gonna look it up?
Because my guess is Harold too.
Why do I just want that to be his name?
I hope it is
Henrik H. It's a power move when you put a freaking initial in like your stage name.
Yeah, because I can't be J. Lee White.
You could be if you just start calling people.
That's horrible though. Because it would be Arlie Zortman.
Yeah, or you could do like a Michael B. Jordan.
Jacob L. White. I don't like it.
Yeah, but like some people, it fits it so well.
Robert L. Zortman doesn't work either.
Nope, I don't like it. Doesn't. But some people just have that name.
Harry.
Not we were close.
Harry, not Harriet.
We were close.
I mean, it might be Harold.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not many H names to be.
Harrison.
Ford.
Well, I'm saying just from Harry, he could be Harold or Harrison.
Would he?
Nope. I know.
Would he?
Oh.
Or would he?
There you go.
Harrelson. You get it? Shit's getting weird. Drygust is always weird because it's always like,
what do we do?
What do we do? What do I do with my hands? Today, there's a little update, a little shift. Today was my last official day of school for my second semester. Yeah. Holy fuck, dude.
And so do you have 4 semesters left? Do you have to do summer school next year?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'll have to see because there might be a semester at the end where I'm just taking one class.
Sure.
We'll see. But it's so wild. Summer went by so quick.
Yeah.
Because it is a shorter semester. And it's so weird. Like I just have a test and a paper to turn in. And then I'm done. It's insane because I'm like.
And it'll be an easy test and paper, don't you think?
Yeah.
Is it film class that you have that for?
The test is for photography. So
which, like, what is that even like?
It's like, what does ISO mean? And it's multiple choice.
In search of?
You'd fail.
That's what it means on a lot of shit.
ISO in a camera is how much light is let into the lens.
Oh.
And then there's aperture.
Which is what?
That's a good question. I don't know what a lot of them
Density.
Sure.
Yeah.
Also, aperture science. Portal.
Oh,
and I go, that doesn't apply to a camera.
Oh.
But it is. So, I mean, it should be pretty easy. We went over the study guide today, which is, he goes.
The test.
He goes, this is the test. Yeah. And it has all the answers and then it's highlighted the right ones.
Yeah.
So then as it's going over, I'm like,
Right, yeah.
I wrote down some of the answers.
I mean, if you write down you'll remember it better. I had a class like that in college where they're like, this is literally the final.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
And then, so I was like, okay, I'll just easily get that. And then I got to do a paper about film, and I just got to compare two movies, and 4 to 6 pages, but it's double spaced. So it shouldn't, that's 2 to 3 pages really.
What 2 films and what's the thing?
So I'm going to do it about race in cinema.
Sure. As a cis white man, that's good for you.
Well, because you got to connect it to some readings that we've done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, so I'm going to do race in cinema, and then I'm going to talk about Get Out.
Sure.
And then if Beale Street could talk.
Yeah. Very, clear of race and cinema for those films.
And also, those are, because we had to pick 2 movies that we watched that connected to a reading, and I was like, these 3 fit together perfectly.
Yeah, like you don't even have to stretch at all.
No, they literally, that is, know, and then just literally dive into each movie separately, because you got to kind of talk about like, oh, what did they do production wise?
Sure.
And then you connect them, and then you connect it to the article. It should be really easy. I've just been procrastinating it. It's due tonight, I think.
Okay. Of this class, a film class, what is your favorite film that you watched for it?
Ooh, because I let me pull up my IMDb. That's a really good question. Because what I really liked about this class, it's intro to film. Every week there was movies we had to watch, which was nice. And but we had to watch. She gave us a list, and you pick 2 of them. But there was a lot of movies like out of my comfort zone.
Sure.
And I tried doing.
Like a horror movie.
I tried picking movies that I hadn't seen. So the latest one I watched was Get Out. I knew it was going to be good, but I don't like horror, so I was hesitant to watching it, but I was always intrigued by it.
Because the good thing about that one is it's also beyond horror. It's just, also, it's so good.
I watched it and I was like, holy fuck. And then that one doesn't feel like, I think
it doesn't apply to us as much.
Well, and I think my thing with scary movies is when it's about like possession.
Sure.
And like,
or break-ins,
or like just, I don't know. This one it was spooky, but it wasn't, like I watched alone, like I wasn't freaked out.
Sure. I would love to test that with you, like give you like what I think is the scariest movie.
The problem is like I'll watch it and be like, that was good, and then like when I lay in bed, I'll just go, oh, like I'll just like freak out, and I already have trouble sleeping. Yeah, I always freak out. And then I also watched Zero Dark 30.
Sure, never seen that one.
That's really good.
Is that the Osama one?
Yeah, that's Osama. I remember seeing that one in theaters when it came out.
Oh,
and what's really cool is this one was a female director and a female lead. So it was a war movie with a female lead in it. So that was kind of cool.
Who's the female lead?
You would probably recognize her. Jessica Christian Maya. I think she's known for Zero Dark 30. It's this girl right here.
The redhead? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the redhead. Yeah, she's
really
really good in it. Jessica Chastain.
Yeah, Chastain.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, she plays Maya. That's her name. And then I watched Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
That's George Clooney. Yeah. I've seen that once when I was a kid.
I watched that in high school, and I loved it. It's a musical, which is weird. And then I watched No Country for Old Men,
which I want to see.
Oh, dude, that might be
your favorite from it.
That might be up there, or Get Out. Because Get Out's incredible.
It's perfect.
But No Country for Old Men, No Country for Old Men, I think has one of the best bad guy portrayals.
I've heard that.
The guy who plays him is, and also the way. Like it takes place kind of back in the day, like I think in the 70s.
Okay,
but like the way they go about, he's just.
Yeah,
he's crazy. Woody Harrelson's in it, which is weird. It kind of threw me off. I'm going through my list.
This is my favorite thing. One of my favorite things I've done for you and Izzy is to tell you to mark down every single movie you've ever seen.
Yeah, so on IMDb, it's so awesome.
It makes me so happy that you guys have really done that because I love talking about stuff like that. I also
love cataloging because I forget.
Yep.
And because I've started doing that with video games I've beaten now, and you started, and it's just now I'm like, okay, let me add stuff to my list. I watched Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
I've always wanted to watch that. Yeah,
it's a Wes Anderson film.
Is that the full name with Steve Zissou?
Yeah, Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Wes Anderson is good.
I saw one of them today,
but I've never seen before. He's weird. Like I remember, like that movie ended. I fell asleep during it because it was a little long.
Sure.
But then I didn't miss much because like a montage moment. And then it got done, and I was watching with my cousins on family vacation, and I was like, it was good.
Yeah.
But also, what did we just watch?
Sure. And also, like
it doesn't really. It's not really a story.
It's funny, but I feel like the hardest I laugh is.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's how like his number one fan. That's the hardest they laugh. It's just.
They're like, oh, that was cute.
Yeah.
It's like a cute, funny.
Good job.
Cute
yeah.
humor.
Yeah, you did good.
It was good.
Although I did watch, just as a little segue, I watched Fantastic Mr. Fox for the first time today.
Oh, that movie's good.
I think that's his best movie now of all that
the ones that you've seen.
Because I've seen that, Grand Budapest, Darjeeling Limited,
Grand Budapest Hotel. That's another one that I own, but it's long, dude.
Darjeeling. Oh shit! It's Darjeeling Limited or something like that, and that one's very good.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
It's a less popular one, I think, but it's very good. I saw it once just randomly.
And then I also watched. Damn, I have a lot of movies on here because I downloaded the app mid school.
Yeah.
So I added movies that I've already seen.
Funny Games. I know you saw that.
Oh, that's not even on here.
Oh.
Life of Pi.
Right. We talked
good.
about that.
Yeah, that was good. If Beale Street Could Talk, already talked about that.
I do want to see that.
Funny Games, which is there's two versions of it. I watched the original, which is in a different language with English subtitles. That movie was kind of freaky.
Which I'll try to watch
because it was about people breaking in and torturing people,
Things
and it's
you don't like.
fucked up, and it also gets weird as fuck. And then I watched a really old movie. I forgot to document it on this. I can't remember what it was, but it was like black and white, like from very early Hollywood.
Yeah.
But it was good. I think my favorite from what I watched for class was No Country for Old Men.
Sure.
Like that movie.
Well, I think that's up there on the list of best movies of all time too.
It's so good, and I love like the main dude. So the bad guy's really good.
Yes. Because I don't even know who the main character is.
The main character is really good. And then there's a third main character who is from, what is it? What's the sci-fi Men in Black? He's the white dude from Men in Black.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones. But he's older.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's Tommy Lee Jones? Yeah, duh. Yeah. But he's in it, and he's so great because he plays like a sheriff, and because it's like a small Texan town.
He plays a sheriff probably more than anybody.
Oh, but it's so good.
Is it small town sheriff too?
Small town sheriff, because it takes place kind of in a small town Texas, and then they kind of go to other towns, and then this guy just stumbles upon trouble, and he's messing with the wrong dude. The bad guy in that movie is he just has no emotion, and like he's just freaky, dude. Whoa.
Yeah.
There's just kids walking by.
Yeah. I never know how much you can look into a house. Like, how much can they see if they look in here?
Well, when it's daytime, it's a lot harder.
Okay.
But we do have lights on in
Yeah.
here. So.
There's just a big Moist Monday sign.
I have a stack of movies that I need to get through because at the beginning of the semester, I went on the hunt to find all the movies for class physical.
Sure.
So I bought I only had to watch 2 per week, but I sometimes would buy all of them.
Yeah.
Just because I'd be like, what am I feeling for that week? So I have a stack of movies that I need to get through that are all
so you watch other movies that would have been assigned, but you didn't have to watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I bought, there's a few that I haven't watched yet that were for class, like the original Alien. I've seen it before.
Incredible.
But it's incredible. But that's one that I never owned.
That's one I'll always argue. I do think the original is better
than all the other ones.
Well, a lot of people say Aliens is better than Alien, and I do think Alien's better.
I think that I've seen it once when I was younger, but I think that's one of those perfect movies.
Alien, yeah,
and it's a great sci-fi scary movie.
Because and that's James Cameron too, which is wild.
Holy fuck, it's James Cameron.
Fuck, it better be. I'm almost positive.
You look it up and it's Jordan Peele.
What the hell? That would be wild.
I got a stack of I probably have 7 or 8 movies because I like to. It's like when I buy records, I like to buy.
No,
them.
it's Ridley Scott. I was thinking Terminator. Jesus.
Yeah, really, it's Ridley Scott. Yeah, I feel like
it's Ridley Scott.
And that's the
Alien,
TikTok I'm gonna post.
God damn it! I hate when I get that shit wrong.
Well, that's because we're just chit chatting,
James Cameron did the second one.
Oh, so you were really close.
Yes. Okay.
So he did Aliens.
That makes sense why I like the first one so much. But although I do like. James Cameron makes good movies. Obviously, he's made the 2 biggest movies of all time.
Yeah, Avatar, Titanic.
Yeah.
Which also Titanic sucks.
Avatar sucks.
I've never seen Avatar.
When it came out, it was good. I rewatched it once recently. I was like, oh, this is boring. And
all of his movies are really groundbreaking for the time because of the effects and everything. And then when you go back to him, you're like, oh, the story is just. I mean, the Titanic, the stories, but also that movie. Remember when we watched that?
It was horrible.
We go, what the heck is going on?
And then we had to put in the second VHS.
Yeah, because we watched it on VHS tape at a cabin. we were like, what are we doing?
Yeah, we fell asleep to it 3 nights in a row, and it was just horrible.
It's just so slow. There are good moments, obviously, like at the end when the boat crashes.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I like when the guy goes, "Please, I have a child."
The handprint, that's iconic.
Yeah. I guess you see her titty. That's pretty cool. And then that guy falls off the boat and hits like the tail. I like that. Or the propeller.
Oh, and he shreds.
Well, he just bounces off.
I kind of like that. To change it up a little bit, but also tie into movies.
Yes.
This is another high thought I had.
Okay.
And this is I wanted to get this out now because I'm not going to be
High again.
high again for a while.
Yeah.
Okay. This is like a paragraph.
Okay.
And I wrote this while I'm high, and I haven't edited this.
Okay.
So, what do you think?
All right.
High thoughts. ... Why do people give so much shit to Fast and Furious for having so many movies when Transformers has 7 movies and no one talks about it? Is it because they had numbers? Because they never had numbers, so no one would know? Or are we all aware of 7 Transformers and we don't talk about it?
I couldn't name them. I know the first 3.
Also, there's fucking 8 Mission Impossibles.
That's weird.
I love those movies, but there's 8 of them.
That's a lot.
I think it's because they don't put numbers on them. I think there's Mission Impossible 1 and 2 and 3, and then it just goes into
Ghost Protocol, whatever the fuck. Yeah.
This newest one was the 8th one.
And then Transformers, it only goes to 3 too. I don't think 4, because that's the 3 Shia LaBeouf ones.
Because the numbers, dude.
Well, it's also keeping the cast. I guess Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible, dude. It's the same guy every time.
But then also you look at there's fucking so many Marvel movies.
Yeah, but that was going to be in this.
It's at least different. Yeah,
it's different. Because there's superheroes,
like 30.
but there is crossovers and TV.
Yeah,
but
but
that's
also
insane that there's 8.
Mission Impossible, I do think is weird. Transformers, they're different.
Yeah,
they're not good, but still. But like,
I think that's a series that I never really got. Like I loved like the Shia LaBeouf
first
ones.
3 were great.
Yeah.
4th one,
and then there was like a Bumblebee one that I think was good.
Yeah.
And then the new one has just come out.
But like the new one has a gorilla. Which
what the heck? How is it a gorilla transformer?
I don't know. And they keep rewriting the history of Transformers with every movie.
Oh, really? Like how? So every movie's it's like when they rebirth Spider-Man, it's always like
but like not really because it keeps going. But like the 4th one, like Merlin's in it.
What the
or
heck?
maybe the 5th one. I don't. Yeah, like at one point it's like it goes back to like medieval times. There's also dinosaur robots, but then later on there's primal robots. Like
oh yeah, wasn't there Transformers Primal or whatever?
Well, like or maybe. Yeah, there's the dinosaurs ones, but now there's also like a gorilla one. Like it's weird. Like it's a giant animal. Like it's King Kong, but he's a robot.
That pisses me off.
It just
makes me angry, dude.
Because also like a robot turning into a car, sure. A robot turning into a dinosaur is not the same thing because these dinosaurs aren't, or these robots aren't turning into people.
Well,
that one did.
Scantron.
Yep.
It's like going back to episode 2.
Yep. It sure is.
The shitty Transformer.
Yep.
Sorry, I derailed you. What were you saying?
I don't know. It's gone.
But I remember I was laying in bed and I was like really high and I was on TikTok and I just was thinking about it, I guess. And then I was like, so like my notes start off normal and then it goes into all caps because I got angry.
Yeah.
Like I was like high and getting like.
It could be.
I don't know why I'm defending Fast and Furious.
Well, I could tell you one of the issues is that the cast of Fast and Furious is like, hey, where's our fucking Oscars? Like, did they do that?
Yeah,
that's part of the issue.
Yeah, some of the cast are getting a little shitty about it.
A lot of them are.
At least Vin Diesel's still weird.
He's weird about it though. But like Michelle Rodriguez did a bunch of like big things where she was talking like shit about movies in general, and she's like, "Where's our stuff?" I'm like,
just because you made a lot of them doesn't mean that you deserve.
And just because they make a lot of money, like they're not good.
I mean, we love them,
but like not really.
And then also the guy that plays
Tyrese
Gibson, yeah,
or even The Rock, and like some people.
And the fact that The Rock is back now, just for a money grab.
But then also like people are weird about John Cena in general too. Like it's.
I think John Cena. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I like John Cena.
I like him a lot.
I used to stand on a hill and say I hated him.
It's just because of wrestling, or
just because of wrestling, and I didn't like him. I still don't like his wrestling persona, but now also I think like
the rapper,
he's goofy.
Yeah,
he's obviously a big dude, but I think he's goofy and he's just having fun, and you can tell that in his movies. And I kind of think like he's just like I think he would be kind of. I mean, he does the most giveaway or not giveaways.
Make a wish,
wishes.
Which I feel like.
So I think he just
that like outweighs a lot, but also I don't know anything bad about him either.
Yes,
I know people are weird about him.
I think I follow on Instagram.
Yeah,
he posts
weird
the weirdest shit without like any captions.
Which I do like that.
Like, dude, I think he's just a weird dude that just happened to become massively famous.
I mean, but like also like what normal like no offense to wrestling, but what like person with like a solid grasp on their like mind or like do you know like would
like
go
a solid
into that
mental health? Yeah,
or like even like a real plan.
Yeah.
Like once you make it, like, yeah, obviously you have one, but like just the idea of like, cause you have to start like local, don't you? So like,
So you're
that's gotta be a weird just decision to make. I know Wes wanted to do it at one point.
yeah.
Like,
So you just do small, you're working like a real job and just like on your weekends and stuff, traveling and doing bumps like on gymnasium floors and
yeah.
shit.
So like the start of it's gotta be so loose.
Yeah.
Like, cause it's
and then you just hope that you get picked up. And
that's gotta be just the weirdest. And it's weird that people are still doing it. Like,
I mean, every game convention that I go to, there's a small local wrestling
Really?
thing in the corner.
That's fun.
Like with like a real ring, and it's all people from the town that are local wrestlers, and they put on a match, and it's fun. Live wrestling's fun to watch, even though it's fake. You know
Yeah.
what? It's fake. Yeah, I know.
I think it's fake, but like it's still, they're doing
It's
shit.
athletics,
Yeah.
dude, and like some of the, it's like that's, and also like when they hit, that hurts.
I want to try it.
Also,
I wanna,
like, you know, everybody does it. It's like the most generic wrestling thing where they run and bounce off the ropes. That the ropes hurt, like because they're so tight.
Okay.
Like they make it look so easy.
Snoop Dogg doesn't. He looks horrible doing
I know,
it.
but like I did it once.
Yeah.
I got in the ring once for a local thing,
Yeah.
and just like, dude, they are fucking like thick and strong.
Really? Did you
Yeah.
ever try like stand on the turnbuckle or whatever?
No, but like there are people that stand, because there are people that stand and can walk on the ropes. That's how strong, and you know
Yeah.
what I mean. Like 250-pound man will walk across the rope and it barely
does-
stags.
That's a good point.
And then they'll jump off of it. Wild.
Yeah, they must hit it hard.
It's fucking. They obviously, you know, bounce with it,
Still.
but like, yeah, some people throw their
Yeah.
freaking weight into it, and there's it's wild. I don't know where we.
don't know
now we're
either.
talking about pro wrestling.
Yeah.
I love pro wrestling, dude.
I'd like the idea of it. I have no time for it. There's too much history in it and stuff. I like hearing about it. I like listening to wrestlers talk about it, but like
I like just
I'm
watching.
never gonna watch it.
I like watching like old school wrestling. It's good background.
I get a lot of wrestling accidents on my TikTok.
Oh, from like people missing their
Yeah.
spots and like getting hurt.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible.
I love it.
What do you mean you
Yeah,
love?
except for like sometimes you get shit, what's the guy with the blue that died? I'll get like sometimes him or whatever.
Owen Hart,
Yeah, the one who like
who fell from the zip line.
yeah.
Yeah, that was bad
Yeah.
because they had like this clip. It was a quick release.
Yeah.
and they didn't check it, and then it was at a live taping, and he literally just fell. It like broke immediately and just fell.
Oh, I thought he like got caught on something. Like didn't
No,
he
like the thing like broke and he
Okay.
just fell.
So that's how he died, is he just
free
fell? Okay.
at a live event.
God. And
Yeah,
then
and it was live TV.
fuck.
Yeah.
I mean that's just as wild as Benoit, what's his name?
Oh, Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
Who murdered his family.
But like, and then
Yeah, we
because
don't
then he
talk about
killed
him.
himself, right? And then like that wrestling night, it was dedicated to him, and then like halfway through, they found out that
And they're
he
like, never mind.
no, he murdered his family first.
Yeah. Well, what's weird about him is he was a tiny guy.
Okay,
He was a pretty good wrestler,
But
he was
roids.
a tiny guy, but he was roided out, and he was way bigger than what he should have been. Like he,
Ugh.
ugh.
but also
And
wasn't his like skill was taking chairs to the head or something like that.
He was like a fucking crazy
Like
man.
that, I think like one of his skills was he could take more damage to the head or something like that
And then
too.
and then he just
the
fucking
CTs.
snapped.
Yeah,
I
and
think it was like just pure road. You also when you could just see like in his face there was like this fucking
Ugh.
animal or something in him.
yeah, killed his wife,
and he's-
kids, and then he like hung
entire
himself
family.
with like his weight set. I
Oh,
think.
Jesus Christ!
Big dude, he could break something easily if he tried to fall. Yeah, I think
The
like
real
literally,
rope's not going to work on it.
I think like it was like weights pulling
Oh my
down.
God.
Yeah,
yeah. That's one thing pro wrestling fans we don't talk about that.
really. See, that's the
Which
shit
was wild. Is
so
like,
fascinating.
It's really fucked up. But like he became so big so fast that like he's in a lot of video games.
Yeah.
So he's like
Yeah,
a
was he-
playable character.
was he pretty popular
Yeah,
at the
he's
time?
like a playable character, like in the SmackDown games because he wrestled for a while.
Sure.
And then just because the
yeah,
game's
yeah.
already out, it's like
yeah, we can't patch him out.
so like
God,
so
how
like
many
when
people?
we-
How
when we-
many wrestling fans do you think make them in custom characters?
oh a lot.
because you definitely could.
Yeah, people do probably.
Gross.
Well, when we play the older wrestling games and we do like a Royal Rumble, which is like 30 men
Yeah.
every, I think minute 30, another guy comes in the ring.
Sure.
Last one standing wins. I always like putting Chris Benoit in the 30. So then randomly when you get out, you
murder.
could just come in and then I just go, oh, watch out.
I'll fucking kill you. God.
Instead of throw you out the ring. Wrestling is a very fucked up sport.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like if you there's a series on YouTube called The Dark Side of the Ring.
Sure.
Which shows like like these people what their lives were like behind.
Sure. I love hearing interviews with them because also like a lot of them would just go to the local bar to rather pick up a girl or get in a fight.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like getting a fight and then not knowing it was a pro wrestler? Because they can fight.
You know, they're fucking jacked. Like it's wild because they're all with each other in a ring, so they look normal.
Yeah.
But when a normal person is standing, like in They Live, that's another one I had to watch for class, which that's one I've seen before.
Sure.
John Carpenter,
So good.
Roddy Piper.
Right, I always forget he's the lead.
Yeah, Roddy Piper's the lead, and like he looks, normal with his shirt on, but then there's a scene where he takes his shirt off, and you just see his arms, and you're like, Jesus,
that's not a human.
Yeah, you're like, you don't notice how big they are.
Because what, their arms are literally 4 times mine.
And yeah, with the definition,
you could fit 4 of my arms in one of their arms.
But then with the shirt on, he just looks like he's just.
Because also he wears like a trench coat in that movie or something like that, doesn't he? He wears like a big.
Yeah, and then but there's a scene like
shotgun,
I think when he's like bleeding, I think he takes his shirt off, and it's just like holy, you forget.
I mean, what? I remember like The Rock posted a thing where he like tore out his like security gate, and you're like, oh right, there's a lot of weight, like there's a lot of power behind those muscles.
I saw The Rock is freaky big, and I don't like him as much as I used to, but I saw a clip of him recently like surprising a fan or something, and he's wearing like his freaking workout shirt that's super tight, and then he's wearing these shorts that are like rolled up, so like you see his leg, and it's just like, dude,
I want to
settle down.
Like if I could like Freaky Friday with him, I wonder what it'd be like just to wake up in that body. How much power does it take to get up?
Yeah, and like how much, like,
because you think sitting up for him is moving a couple 100 pounds. Because what is he 300?
Probably.
Yeah,
dude, he's fucking tall and jacked.
Yeah,
and part Samoan.
Yeah,
so
like that blood,
dude,
thick.
Yeah, like when you grab things, you got to be like so delicate. I feel like
probably
like if you like open a drawer, you're just like, oops, accidentally ripped the fridge door off.
That is a fun thing after working out for a while when you realize like, oh, this box isn't lighter. It's just easier to move.
It's just easier to move,
and that's a weird thing.
And then you just go, holy shit.
Yeah, because I haven't gotten like stronger in a long time, but he's getting stronger all the fucking time.
And it's what's wild is like he's looking better and better,
which is terrifying.
Which is terrifying because he's getting older and older. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like because he's in his 50s, I think. You
got to think just those big hearts can only take so much.
Yeah, and I think he did roid for a little bit, and then I think chest implants at one point.
You think really?
But, dude, have you seen what he looks like when he was younger? He was tiny.
Really?
He was tiny, and then he disappeared for a while, came back massive. I mean, obviously now he works out like with fucking chains and shit.
God, how much could I implant into me? Like how good? But like, it doesn't look good usually.
Yeah, you have to like
the plastic muscle people.
You have to like really build muscle around it, or like build muscle to it. I think.
Well, because there's that.
Yeah, because what if you just did that and then just quit working out and you just had like giant pecs, but your arms look normal?
Well, no, there's a guy. I mean, there's a few people, like one of those addicted to plastic surgery people.
Oh, like
I think he's called like a real life Ken or whatever.
Yeah.
And
he cut his dick off.
No, just mold
just a mound.
Yeah, mound. That's what it would be.
Sicky.
But like he has like all implanted muscles, and like you think that's just gotta like that can't last, right? Like,
and also, what's the point if you look like that and then you go to move a couch and you can't even lift it?
Well, no, like he doesn't want to work out. He just wants to look good for photos.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yikes.
Plastic surgery is a weird thing. Although the other day, as he said, like if we did win the lottery, she would guess out, or the way she worded it, she'd expect me to get hair implants.
Yeah, she said that to you at while we were filming 40, and you were like, what?
And then she was like, not expect, I would just assume you would for you. I was like, okay.
So she's like
waiting on it. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
She's like, I want a hair bag. She's like hoping to win the lottery before the wedding.
Yeah.
So you can have hair.
God,
you just started keeping your mustache shavings
and just
slowly
dude, hair implant. I thought
Have
about.
you looked it up?
Yeah.
Like how expensive? Again, and how does that work?
So
like, what's the science behind that? Right.
So they take hair from like a strip on the back of your head. Like you'll see scars on people who've gotten it,
and they just like kind of like duplicate it, or
no? Then they pull it out and they put it in your scalp. So like after you're done, like your scalp is swollen, it's very bloody. Red, you have to like keep it like.
I think I've seen that photo.
Yeah, because the thing with me though is I know I'm gonna eventually lose all of my hair. A lot of the people who do that do it in their 40s when they're like, I don't want to be bald. They're like, yeah, you can lose your hair in your 60s.
Yeah,
but like if I'm losing my hair, I probably started losing it at like 22, 23 is when it started like thinning a little bit.
God,
that's probably the first time I've noticed like, ooh, my line is getting weird.
Yeah,
and then by Because at this point in my life, I'm 28, but probably since I was 25, I could not have hair.
So when they do that, does your hair keep growing, or is it just literally like that length for? Like,
no, it can grow after that, but also anytime because I watched a lot of videos because before I bought a toupee, I was looking into every option.
Well, and also like that's just so weird how that works because I know like Joel McHale has done it.
Yeah, he's probably gotten the best. Him and Elon Musk.
Yeah, and it's wild because like his hair looks good, but it's looked consistently the same.
Except for when you look up the photos of when he didn't have it. Yeah,
since he did it, his hair is looking consistently the same.
So he probably had to get a few touch-ups here and there because also you think I will be completely bald in 10 years because my dad is and I have the exact same hair as him.
So like how the heck does that?
You would then have to, because I could get hair implants here and then I'd have hair for a while.
And then you have to take it.
But
implants duplicate the implants and put them back.
No, you just probably take another strip out of the back.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, like you'd have to move back with it too.
Yikes. And it's just like they're like kind of opening your head.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah, like they'll do it like a strip because I think I saw a thing that people think Machine Gun Kelly has it too now.
Oh, really?
He had shitty hair back in the day and he looks fine now. So it makes sense.
Yeah, but he has a very distinct, just like crazy hair.
Not back in the day. He had shitty hair.
Oh, really?
Yep. Will Arnett definitely had it done.
Oh yeah, Michael Scott or Steve Carell.
I think Steve Carell. I think they thinned his hair on purpose.
Steve, season 1, dude.
No, I think they did that on purpose. Because Dwight Schrute had it too. They gave him a bald spot.
Oh,
or they were lower level.
I guess they were young.
Or they were low level actors who then could all of a sudden afford that.
That's what I was thinking because Steve Carell, his head of hair looks fantastic today, and he's gray
But I think he looked good before The Office too, though. I think they might have fucked up his hair for The Office
to give him season 1
to give him a shitty business where it's pushed back and it's so gross.
That's like one of my uncles. He looks like that. He has like the slick back hair, but like where it's just like the little bit of strips.
Yeah,
and it's just like But that's how I've always known him.
Because for 48, I grew my hair out in case we could give me like a dumb haircut for it because I think that's funny.
Yeah,
but like you saw how bad the front of my hair got.
It is wild, but then it's like, the back of your head.
Full.
Yeah, that's insane.
More hair than you.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Technically, I probably have more hair on my head than you because yours is just thinner and mine's thick and then nothing.
Yeah. So yeah, overall.
Probably.
I wonder how much that does cost and like,
I
wonder
think
like
it was around like 10 grand for what I would have needed.
Jesus.
But so to have hair.
Yeah. So yeah, that would be something,
Why wouldn't it be worth it over like if you had the money?
If you had the money. Yeah. And then also, yeah.
To be happy
I wonder what
for a long time.
The surgery, and then also like I wonder
the healing process is the real
also
bitch.
I wonder like how long the whole process is because you probably need to do like a meeting and then they plan and then the surgery. I wonder how long that actually takes the whole thing, like a year.
Well, because I was looking into it enough that people started calling me about it and like wanting to set up like appointments just for like to look at it.
Just to figure out. Yeah. Okay, we'll take a section from here.
Well, no, like just to see what they would need to do.
Oh my God.
But I think I literally was like, no, I'm gonna get a toupee instead. And they're like, you shouldn't do that.
You're like, well, that's the only thing I can afford.
Also, it's just like I just needed it a little longer.
So if you did win, would you do it? If you won the lottery, would you do? Like if you won like millions of dollars, if it was only 10 grand, would you?
I guess because I could just not do anything for 2 weeks and be fine.
Yeah, because you would have plenty of money.
I could heal. Because
not go anywhere.
Well, because that was the big thing too. When I was looking into it, I was like, I'm a welder. I can't.
And you'd have to.
You have to literally take like a month to heal. And I was like, it would get dirty and have shit on it, like because you can't wear a hat, you can't do this,
and like out sun would probably hurt.
Yeah, like you can't. So there was no way I could.
Would you be able to get like your long hair, or like is it I wonder how that works. And also, dude, it would be so weird too if like. For everybody that you knew,
that I just get hair again.
That you just get hair again, because then we'd be like, "Oh, it's a toupee," but you go, "No, it's not this time."
Yeah,
like, and it's just like, what the hell?
Think how weird it'd be if I got a toupee again, though, and you guys all have to be like, "Okay, we've known you bald, but like, I guess we can just do this now."
If it makes you happy, yeah,
sure. It would still be
like,
weird.
But like a toupee is different than hair plugs.
Yeah.
What if you get it and then you become Tobias and then rejects your.
Yeah, Kraft versus host.
And you're just in a wheelchair.
Yeah, so like I looked into it, I considered it, but like Is
there places like in Des Moines that do it? It's like that big of a thing.
There's at least places I could talk to somebody about it.
God, yeah, because I wonder if there's anybody that I know of that has done it
here.
Yeah,
because people are just now starting to be more open about it. Because you'd think I mean, half of men lose their hair, right? I think more than that.
No, I think, yeah.
And then you look at
men's
like
hair losses.
just actors alone, none of them go bald anymore.
Yeah, unless you're a bald actor.
Right, yeah. No one goes bald anymore.
Yeah, so I mean, it makes sense for like actors and people on TV. I'm sure,
But, like,
I'm sure like local newsmen have
Yes.
probably done it.
My friend in news, Taylor and his fiance, I remember them talking about that they knew people with hair plants, and then
yeah, I wonder
because I was talking to them about it.
Yeah. Because you're on TV.
Or maybe they knew some of the two. I knew they knew somebody who had
with
gotten
a hair.
some.
Yeah, just because they were on.
When I was looking into options, yeah.
I wonder if you know that I can't remember his name, but he's a very famous meteorologist in our area.
Sure.
But he has the massive hair. I wonder if he does because he's Ed Wilson. Do you think he's got hair plugs?
No idea who Ed Wilson is.
You would recognize him.
I don't have new.
But he's been like the meteorologist since we were like kids.
Okay.
Like you would reckon. I went to a wedding one time.
Yeah.
And he was there.
Oh.
But he was there with his family.
You? Ed Wilson.
Well, I've seen him a few times out in public, and that's how everyone is. Everyone's like Ed Wilson, you know. And he's always wearing a suit, and he's always like so chipper. But I was at a wedding one time, and he's there with his family, and his son was next to him the entire time with the exact same haircut and the exact same suit. And
Weird.
And his son was probably a teenager, and it was like, I was like, oh, I don't like that. And just literally, it was like his mini me just falling around, dude. It fucking was so weird, dude.
Is he holding something up and just staring at me with her mouth open? I don't know what she's
The heck
referencing.
holding up.
Oh yeah, it's Chewy Chips Ahoy. We got this today.
So Sam, my brother, is moving in with me for like a week. And he just asked me if he could have one of these cookies. And I said, oh my God, that's totally fine. Like they're Jacob's cookies. So like there'll probably be a few of them that are missing. And I opened this package. 2 out of the 3 full sleeves are already gone. We got this at like noon today.
Well,
My love, you
thing's-
have had so many cookies.
It's his favorite cookie.
But it's ridiculous. You cannot do
Yeah,
it.
but have
It's
you had?
ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not gone. To be honest, they'd be gone if it was me.
All right.
I told her that she probably wouldn't get any.
Well, I'm glad I took one. Did you grab one?
No,
What the hell?
she would have yelled at me.
Well, cheers to that. Cheers to whatever we talked about today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat this real quick because
Yeah,
I
I
haven't had a Chewy in forever.
I
Why is
think-
this your favorite cookie? Explain that for real quick.
I don't. It's good. It's
Yeah,
not
but,
like,
but it's a weird cookie.
like it's saying it's my favorite is not more than like my mom's cookies that she makes and like shit like that, or even like maybe in like frosted soft cookies, like those pink
Like
frost.
the Walmart frosted.
Yeah, I enjoy those. Those are something I always argue for.
But like those are very same with these distinct flavors,
yeah, you like
distinct textures.
they. If I crave a cookie, it's not those. I will crave those specifically.
Like cookies. When I like thinking of snacks, I always like don't reach for cookies.
I need to
usually.
stop reaching for cookies. I eat so many fucking cookies.
Of these, the
Yeah.
Chewies.
Yeah.
Really, I don't think I've had these in a few years.
I've been buying them recently, and then it's horrible how quick I go through them.
That's because they're easy to eat, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, because also I always eat like the first one too fast. So I'm like, I didn't appreciate that. So I eat 2 more.
And then you eat another one. I really like big cookies. Like I really like a monster cookie. I like a cookie with peanut butter in it that
Sure.
has like M&Ms.
Like it's good. I don't
Yeah.
dislike them at all, but I'll never buy them.
No, I never. But I used to work in a bakery, so like I
Sure.
used to eat a ton of stuff. I really like cookie dough. I think my favorite.
Do you
cookie-
think that it can actually give you salmonella? I've never heard a fucking person get it. I think that's
I used to do it all the
bullshit.
time.
Yeah.
But now they sell it like it says
It's
egg
not as
free
good.
and it's not as good, dude.
No.
Dude, I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Also, I've eaten a raw egg.
Yeah, me too.
It's the same thing. It's if anything, it's probably better because it's mixed in with ingredients. You know what they say? Better ingredients, better pasta.
Yeah.
What is it?
Taco John's.
Chips Ahoy.
Email us.
Better ingredients, better pasta.
Taco John's. Email us at moistmondaypodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and probably no. You made a
Falls on the threads.
yeah. Have you made us an X yet?
Well, I didn't make us a Twitter, but like,
It's not on Twitter anymore. It's an X.
we didn't talk about that at all. Also, that it doesn't affect like who. I don't care.
No, I think it's dumb. I think it's a bad move. But also, who am I?
Who cares?
Yeah.
Also, I don't.
I don't use it.
Mine finally changed today, and I opened it up. It's the same. It doesn't matter.
No.
It's the same app, and it's still in the same spot on my phone. So it's just like,
It was weird just to see it change.
yeah, it's just like, all right, whatever. Who cares? I just use it to remote my
It is-
projects.
It is weird that Twitter's gone though. now because Twitter.
He bought it out.
Well,
got
like,
rid of most of the employees,
like,
and then just changed it.
The beginning of Facebook, I kind of remember, but I definitely remember like when Twitter happened.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, tweeting you can just
we
tweet
were
people.
old enough to like, oh, this is actually
The beginning
effective.
of Facebook was really cool.
We were young though.
Yeah,
when
we
it
were
started,
young,
because we couldn't get the
but I
first
remember
ones.
just being on Facebook all the time playing the games. Dude. Farmville. I played like DJ something. I played it, dude. I played so many games because a lot of them were based on time.
Yeah.
So then I would just play another game.
Sure, yeah.
So then I just had all these tabs open.
Gross on your family computer.
No, it's when I had a laptop.
You played Farmville on your own laptop.
Yeah. That was my first laptop, and then that's the laptop that went to shit because I had LimeWire on it.
Sure. And Pirates Bay.
Yeah, Pirates Bay was awesome. I got so much shit on there.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, dude. It was awesome. Because I would literally, Pirates Bay, download discographies.
I remember that, yeah.
Of just, oh, I have heard of that band. I know one song. Let me download their
All of them.
discog. Because I'm like, I can.
I remember I tried to download a shit ton of Mice and Men album or songs, and I started getting just chapters from the book. I was like, what the?
It goes from screaming
Yeah.
just to
Tell me about the bunnies, Lenny. Or George.
chapter 2. Tell me about the bunnies, Lenny. And so, but then back into just screaming. That's awesome. But this has been the Moist Monday Podcast. Happy Drygust. Let us know if you're participating this year with Drygust. If you are,
And how it goes.
that'd be awesome because a lot of people are doing it with us this year. It's growing.
We got a decent group this year.
And next year we're gonna keep doing it. So hopefully, Drygust can kind of take over Sober October.
yeah, we'll get bigger than Sober October. But also, meet us at Wet Timber.
Oh, the power!
It's gonna be
hour.
a fun time.
The power hour, and I can't wait. So there probably won't be an update for the 48 because it's not for a week and a half.
Sure.
So, but I can't wait
Yeah.
to experience what happens with this movie. And
like-
I just want to show, I'm so proud of
Yeah,
it.
no.
But we just have to sit on it.
Yeah, we will for sure post it here as soon as we can.
Yeah, maybe we'll even just play it. I know it's an audio. I don't know.
Nah,
8
yeah,
minutes.
audio wouldn't be much.
People will go, what the hell?
This is just sound effects.
It's just sound effects, which would make no
songs.
sense. But maybe we'll post it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll post it.
Yeah.
But this has been the Moist Monday Podcast. We appreciate you listening.
Keep it moist out there.
You already did all the plugs and
Let's try, I
everything.
guess.
Send us an email, Moist Monday Podcast, all that stuff.
Bye.
Stay hydrated and stay healthy and
Taco John's.
keep it tight. Better pizza, better pasta.
Dry bones, lazy bones, big bones, dance around in your bones.
All right, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to the Moist Monday Podcast.
Thank you for listening.
You don't like that voice?
It's a voice.
It's like I'm pressing my voice through my throat. Voice.
Like you want to introduce the grave digger.
Yeah. So today, I typed into my Google machine.
Yes.
What's the weirdest waffles?
Okay.
Nothing came up
Okay.
except for a Reddit.
Okay.
What's the weirdest thing you've seen in a Waffle House?
Okay.
A lot of them are
Fights?
A lot of them are made up, just like typical Waffle House bullshit.
Sure.
But I'll read you my favorites.
Okay.
So this is a subreddit on Ask Reddit from 3 years ago that I discovered on Google. The first one. What's the weirdest thing you've seen in a Waffle House? A moderately successful looking white family enjoying breakfast.
I wonder what time they were at, I feel like that has to be after 8 a.m.
No, I think that's
It's
just
crazy shit happens overnight
No,
there.
Waffle House is crazy all the time.
I know.
No matter, they're open they used to be 24 hours. I don't know if they still are.
Yeah.
But Waffle House is known for their crazy shit.
Yes.
So what's the weirdest thing you've seen in a Waffle House? A cook with all their teeth.
Jesus.
That's someone's response.
Because Waffle House was the place that had there was that video that went viral where someone who was working there caught a chair out of the air that was chucked at them.
Well, what's cool about, have you ever been to one?
I've been to one. I've never actually gotten food there though.
I've been to probably 20.
You've planned road trips around it, haven't you?
Yeah, I went to Nashville and we stopped at a lot of them just on the trip. And then I grew up going to them.
Oh, okay.
Because my stepdad got me into grits.
Sure.
Which is fucking nasty. If you
I've never actually had real grits.
God, it's gross.
Isn't it just like animal fat?
It's like oatmeal, but not.
Oh.
But kind of like ricier.
Okay.
Is that a real word?
I don't know. Ricier? Not technically.
I've only had them when I'm in the South, so I'm describing them wrong, but I'm not a fan of grits, but that's a big thing at Waffle House. So, another thing on Ask Reddit. What's the weirdest thing you've seen at a Waffle House? One guy just seemed to teleport in.
Oh my God.
Didn't even open the door.
Okay.
Just appeared.
I would believe seeing that there.
I'd love that answer. And then the last answer
Okay.
on this Reddit feed is, what's the weirdest thing you've seen at a Waffle House? Cook was covered in swastika tattoos.
Sure. That's a rough one.
It continues.
Okay.
I'm reading this word for word.
Okay.
This is what the thing says. Cook was covered in swastika tattoos. Glad he was able to find employment somewhere. Just strange to see.
I mean, that's fair.
Strange?
I mean,
Like the cook that made you pancakes and breakfast. Covered in swastikas.
That's
gives
a lot.
you, but you go, the food's good. Would you go, glad he was able to find employment. So it's an obviously ex-military.
I would
Or
say more
ex-
ex-prison.
You think
Where do you get a lot of swastika? Not in the military.
Oh, the law, yeah.
A lot of them means probably prison. Where in that case, I would kind of like be happy to see them out of prison. But it's still a lot to see.
And at Waffle House, the grill is in your
Right
front
there,
door.
yeah.
Like the grill is where you're eating.
Yeah, that would be a lot.
He could get a grill anywhere else, probably.
Oh, well, that.
Maybe not. Okay.
Yeah, anywhere else.
But like,
I
Waffle
think,
House is.
I think a Waffle House is a good place for him.
I guess that does make
Yeah.
sense. Waffle House is good. If you're in the
Sure.
area, it's one of those places like, there's a place that came to Des Moines that we didn't have.
Five Guys.
Five Guys.
Yeah.
No, there's another one.
Okay.
It was not Five Guys. It was cheaper. Steak and Shake.
Yep.
So Steak and Shake is a burger place that's not in Des Moines. Mm-hmm. That came to Des Moines. Super popular. But like it was like we can't get it. I think Waffle House is kind of that same thing where it's like it's only good because we
it's
can't.
like a treat because you can get
It's
there.
we know it's shitty. Like Steak and Shake is shitty and we can get it in our area, but we only like it because we can't get it because it's not available every day.
Because it recently became available to our area.
Well, not Waffle House.
Right. Yeah. We
Waffle
don't
House
have
is still
any.
like anytime I go to that area, I want to go. It's like one of those shitty destinations.
Yeah.
You know?
I've always driven past them. No, I've never been.
Waffle House, if we like really think about it,
Okay.
we are the Waffle House of podcasts.
That's fair.
Because like we're shitty.
We're there though.
We're shitty, but we're always there. We might be covered in tattoos, wink, 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 or
Yeah.
I'm getting some. Nothing controversial.
We try. We try to be ironic.
We
if
might be
are.
smoking cigarettes and ashing it into your eggs.
Maybe.
We might be. Who knows what episode you're tuning into?
We'll see.
But we're always here, and we always love you. And when we
Every Monday,
and when
we're there.
you walk in, we go, "Hey,
You moist?
thanks for being here."